Most people believe that blurry vision is just part of getting older, something you're supposed to accept, something you learn to live with. You wake up and your eyes feel dry. You look at something across the room and it takes a few seconds to come into focus. At night, lights seem brighter than they used to, slightly uncomfortable, slightly distracting, and over time, you adjust. You don't question it. You assume this is just how things are now. But here's something important to understand. That's not always the full story, because after 60, your eyes do change. They become more sensitive, more dependent on proper support, more affected by small imbalances that didn't matter before. But that doesn't mean every change is something you simply have to accept. In many cases, what you're experiencing is not just age, it's a gradual process happening inside your eyes. A process that builds quietly, slowly, often without clear warning signs. Until one day, you notice something has changed. Now here's something most people don't realize. A large part of what affects your vision happens at night, while you sleep. Your body is supposed to repair itself, restore balance, support your cells. But as you get older, that process becomes less efficient. Your eyes may not receive the same level of circulation, the same level of nourishment, and over time, that begins to affect how clearly you see. Not all at once, but gradually. Now here's the key point. Most common solutions focus only on what you see, not on what's happening underneath. Stronger lenses, eye drops, temporary relief, but the deeper processes continue. And that's why many people feel like they're managing symptoms, but not improving the situation. Now here's the part that changes everything. There is growing evidence that certain everyday foods can support your eyes during the night. Not in a dramatic way, but in a steady, consistent way. Supporting circulation, supporting cellular balance, helping your system function more smoothly over time. And today, we're going to walk through 7 of them. Simple, accessible, but surprisingly powerful when used correctly. Let's start with one that most people completely overlook. Let's begin with something small, something you've probably seen many times and maybe never thought twice about. Kiwi. It doesn't look impressive. It's easy to ignore. But when it comes to supporting your eyes, especially as you get older, it plays a much bigger role than most people expect. Here's why. Inside your eyes, there is a delicate system responsible for processing light, helping you focus, helping you adjust between bright and dark environments. Over time, that system becomes more sensitive, more vulnerable, and small amounts of internal stress begin to matter more than they used to. Now think about what you experience in everyday life. Headlights at night feel brighter. Reading small text takes more effort. Your eyes feel slower to adjust when you move from light to dark. These are not random changes. They're signals, and they're often connected to how well your eyes are being supported at the cellular level. This is where kiwi becomes surprisingly important. It contains specific nutrients that act like internal protection for your eyes, helping reduce the effect of daily stress, helping your eyes handle light more comfortably. But here's something most people miss. It's not just about what you eat, it's about when you eat it, because your eyes do most of their repair work while you sleep, and what you consume before that window matters. Now here's the simple approach. A small portion, about an hour before bed, nothing complicated, no routine to memorize, just consistency, because consistency is what creates results over time. Now let's move to something much more familiar. Watermelon. Almost everyone likes it. Refreshing. Light. Easy to eat. But what most people don't realize is that it plays a role far beyond simple hydration, and hydration is more important than it seems, because as we age, the eyes tend to become drier, more sensitive, less comfortable, especially in the morning. Now think about this. You wake up, and your vision isn't clear right away. It takes time, sometimes longer than it used to. That delay is not random. It's often connected to how well your eyes are supported overnight. And circulation plays a key role here. Your eyes depend on a steady flow of nutrients, a steady supply of oxygen, and when that slows down, your system becomes less efficient. Now here's where watermelon comes in. It supports hydration, yes, but more importantly, it supports circulation, helping your body deliver what your eyes need, at the time they need it most, during the night. Now again, keep this simple, a small portion, later in the evening, not too much, just enough to support your system. Now let's move to something most people have never even tried. Black currants. Small, dark, easy to overlook, but extremely powerful when it comes to supporting how your eyes function in low light. Now think about this moment. You're driving at night. Lights appear slightly blurred. You feel more cautious than you used to. Your eyes take longer to adjust. That's not just about age. That's about how your eyes are handling changes in light. And that ability depends on very specific internal processes that can become less efficient over time. Now here's where black currants stand out. They support those processes, helping your eyes adapt more smoothly, helping reduce the strain that builds throughout the day. And over time, that can make a noticeable difference in how comfortable your vision feels. Now here's the key. You don't need large amounts. You don't need complicated routines. You just need consistency. Because again, small inputs repeated over time create meaningful changes. Now let's move to something much more common. Blueberries. You've seen them everywhere. You've probably eaten them many times. But here's what most people don't realize. Not all blueberries are the same, and how you eat them matters more than you think. Now let's talk about what they actually support. Your eyes contain specialized cells that allow you to focus, to see detail, to adjust to changes in light. Over time, these cells are exposed to constant stress, from light, from daily use, from internal processes, and that stress builds. Now blueberries help support those cells, helping your system maintain clarity, helping reduce the strain that accumulates over time. But here's something most people do wrong. They combine them with other foods in a way that reduces their effectiveness, and that's something we'll come back to later. Because how you use these foods is just as important as which ones you choose. Now let's move to something more unusual. Dragon fruit. Bright, unusual, easy to ignore. But when it comes to supporting your eyes overnight, it plays a very specific role. Now let's talk about something most people don't think about. Oxygen. Your eyes need it, constantly. And at night, when your body is resting, that supply becomes even more important. If your eyes are not receiving enough support during that time, you may wake up feeling like your vision is tired, heavy, not fully clear, even after a full night of sleep. Now here's where dragon fruit becomes relevant. It supports how your body delivers what your eyes need, helping your system function more efficiently, helping your eyes recover more effectively overnight. And again, the pattern is the same. Simple, consistent, repeatable. Now let's move to something with a long history. Goji berries, used for generations, often associated with eye health. And now more people are beginning to understand why. Your central vision, the ability to see clearly, to read, to recognize faces, depends on a very specific part of your eye. And over time, that area becomes more sensitive, more vulnerable. Now here's the important part. Supporting that area early makes a difference, because once changes become noticeable, they're harder to reverse. And this is where goji berries can play a role, helping support that central function, helping maintain clarity, helping your eyes handle daily demands more effectively. Now let's move to the final one, and this is where everything comes together. Papaya. Simple, accessible, often underestimated. But when used correctly, it supports one of the most important processes affecting your vision over time. Now let's bring everything together. Your vision is not changing randomly. It's responding to patterns, daily patterns, repeated over time. And those patterns either support your body or slowly work against it. Now here's the key idea. You don't need to change everything. You don't need complicated systems. You just need awareness and a few consistent habits. Because consistency is what your body responds to. Now imagine this, waking up, and your vision feels clearer, more comfortable, more stable, not dramatically, but noticeably. That's how real change happens. Gradually, step by step. Now take a moment. Which of these feels easiest for you to start with? That's your starting point, and that's enough. If this helped you, share it with someone close to you, because many people are simply missing this information. Take care of your eyes, because they support everything you do, and often, the smallest habits make the biggest difference over time.